Picture this. You need to cancel your cable subscription, but you're dreading that 2-hour phone call from hell. What if I told you an AI could make that call for you, handling the hold music, the transfers, even the pushy retention specialist trying to keep you as a customer? Or imagine asking an AI to create a complete business presentation, and 20 minutes later, you have a 40-slide deck with custom graphics, market research, and financial projections, all ready to pitch to investors. This isn't science fiction. This is Genspark AI, and they've just raised $100 million to build what they call a super agent. But here's the plot twist. They started as a search engine and completely pivoted their entire company in just 2 years. I'm George, and today we're uncovering the most dramatic transformation in AI history. Stay tuned, because what comes next will change how you think about artificial intelligence forever. Welcome back to AI Horizons, where we decode the future before it arrives. I'm your host, George. Right now, while you're listening to this, Genspark AI is probably making hundreds of real phone calls for people who are tired of dealing with customer service. But that's just the beginning of this story. We're about to dive into a company that threw out their entire business model, burned their search engine to the ground, and rebuilt themselves as something the world has never seen before. They went from organizing information to taking action in the real world.
And here's what makes this even more incredible. They're not just making phone calls. They're creating videos, building websites, conducting market research, and orchestrating it all through 9 different AI models working in perfect harmony. Today, we'll uncover how they pulled off this transformation, why investors are betting $500 million on their vision, and what it means when AI stops being a tool and becomes your personal army of digital agents. Let's rewind to the beginning, because Genspark's origin story is nothing like you'd expect. Most AI companies start with grand visions of changing the world. Genspark started by trying to fix something we all hate, sifting through endless search results to find real answers. They launched as an AI search engine, but instead of giving you 10 blue links like Google, they created something called Spark Pages, custom websites generated instantly from your search query. But here's where it gets interesting. They weren't using one AI to create these pages. They deployed multiple specialized AI agents, each tackling different angles of your question. One handled technical aspects, another focused on market trends, a third covered regulatory issues. Think about that for a moment. While everyone else was trying to build one super intelligent AI, Genspark was building AI teams. And it worked. By early 2025, they had over 2 million people using their platform every month. People were hungry for intelligent, synthesized answers instead of link scavenger hunts. Then February 2025 happened. $100 million in Series A funding, $530 million valuation. The investment world had spoken. Genspark was on to something big. But just when everyone thought they understood Genspark's game plan, the company did something that shocked everyone, including their own users. They abandoned search entirely.
Picture this. You've built a successful search engine with millions of users, and you decide to completely pivot to something that's never been done before. It's like McDonald's deciding to become a tech company. Except in this case, it worked. April 2025. Genspark announces they're becoming an agentic AI workspace. Not a search engine, not a chatbot. An AI that takes action in the real world. And that's when everything changed. What they built next wasn't just another AI tool. It was something that could understand complex goals, break them down into actionable steps, and execute them autonomously. They called it the super agent. But the real breakthrough, the feature that made Silicon Valley investors sit up and pay attention, was something nobody saw coming. The ability to make actual phone calls with real people, handling everything from hold music to hostile customer service reps. And that's where our story really begins. Segment 2. The Great Pivot. April 2025 was the month that changed everything for Genspark, and possibly for the entire AI industry. Imagine you're a user who's been happily using Genspark for search, and suddenly they announce they're not a search company anymore. They're building something called a super agent that can take actions in the real world. This wasn't just a product update. This was corporate suicide or corporate genius. The super agent represents a fundamental shift in how we think about AI. Instead of asking questions and getting answers, you describe what you need accomplished, and the AI handles everything from planning to execution. Here's a real example. Instead of researching how to create a marketing presentation and then spending hours building it yourself, you tell the super agent, create a 15-slide pitch deck for my fintech startup, focusing on competitive advantages. And then, here's the mind-blowing part. It actually creates the entire presentation for you. Not just an outline, not just suggestions, the finished product.
Let's talk about what makes this development particularly revolutionary: Genspark's mixture of agents architecture. This involves 9 specialized AI models working together with over 80 professional tools, all orchestrated behind the scenes. What makes this setup truly groundbreaking is that it's completely no-code. You don't have to set up workflows or configure anything. You simply describe your goal in natural language, and the system figures out how to make it happen. Now, let's dive into something that marks a significant shift in AI capabilities: the Call for Me feature. This AI doesn't just understand calls, it makes them. It engages in real conversations with real people, handling everything from hold music to complex negotiations. Think about every frustrating phone call you've ever made, the endless hold times, the transfers between departments, having to explain your situation repeatedly. Now, imagine an AI taking care of all that for you. From a technical standpoint, this is incredibly sophisticated. The AI must use real-time speech recognition, natural language understanding, contextual awareness, and emotional intelligence to handle interactions with sometimes frustrated customer service representatives. But let's ponder the implications for a moment. How many hours of your life have you spent on customer service calls? How many appointments have you postponed because you wanted to avoid the hassle? This technology could remove that friction entirely. And that's just the start. Segment 3. The Phone Call Revolution. Let's dive deeper into this phone call capability, because it's not just impressive, it's paradigm shifting. When I first heard about AI making phone calls, I imagined something clunky, perhaps good enough for simple tasks like checking store hours. But Genspark's Call for Me feature is managing complex, dynamic conversations with real humans.
We're talking about conversations that can last 30 minutes or more, with multiple transfers, unexpected questions, and all the chaos of real human interaction. The AI can navigate hold music, and I mean really navigate it, staying on the line for however long it takes. It can deal with ambiguity when customer service reps don't understand what you're asking for. It can manage conversations that go in completely unexpected directions. But here's what really blew my mind. This AI can handle pushback. You know that cable company retention specialist who's trained to keep you as a customer no matter what? The AI can negotiate with them. It understands when someone is trying to offer alternative solutions, when they're stalling, when they're genuinely trying to help versus when they're following a script. From a technical perspective, this requires multiple AI systems working in perfect coordination. Real-time speech processing, contextual understanding, emotional intelligence, and the ability to maintain focus on your original goal while adapting to conversational dynamics. And it's not just handling one type of call. This AI can schedule appointments, cancel services, inquire about products, negotiate prices, and even handle complex customer service issues that would normally require supervisor intervention. Now, I know some of you are thinking about the ethical implications. Should businesses know they're talking to an AI? What about consent and transparency? These are crucial questions we'll address later. But from a pure capability standpoint, this represents a massive leap forward in AI's ability to interact with the real world on our behalf. We're not talking about chatbots anymore. We're talking about digital representatives. And phone calls are just one piece of a much larger puzzle, because while the AI is making your calls, it's also creating your presentations, building your websites, and conducting market research. This isn't specialized AI that does one thing well. This is generalized AI that can handle any task you throw at it. And that's where things get really interesting.
Welcome back to our discussion on the phenomenal capabilities of Genspark's AI platform. Beyond just handling phone calls, Genspark has developed what might be the most comprehensive content creation system ever assembled. Imagine AI that can create slides, documents, websites, videos, and yes, even podcasts, just like the one you're listening to right now. All of this is done automatically, driven by simple natural language descriptions of what you need. Now, here's what makes it truly special. It's powered by GPT 4.1 with a 1 million token context window. To put that into practical terms, traditional AI models might remember the last few pages of your conversation, but with such an expansive token window, this AI can maintain context across entire books' worth of information. This becomes crucial for complex projects where consistency really matters. So if you're crafting a 50-slide presentation about your company's strategy, the AI remembers every detail as it progresses from slide 1 to slide 50. However, Genspark didn't stop their innovation there. Throughout 2025, they've been rapidly expanding their offerings with new specialized modules, accelerating at an impressive pace. Let me break this down for you. In May 2025, they launched AI Sheets, automated data analysis capable of creating Excel formulas and visualizations for you. And then in June, they introduced AI Browser with autopilot capabilities, a web browser that navigates websites and performs tasks independently while you focus on other activities. Come July, AI Docs enters the scene, generating formatted professional documents with a simple prompt. They've also added Image Studio, AI Podcasts, and several other specialized tools, all seamlessly integrated into one robust platform. What stands out is not just their capabilities, but the sheer speed of development. These aren't beta features, they're production-ready tools being utilized by over 2 million users. This rapid expansion indicates something significant about Genspark's technical infrastructure. They've devised a platform that can swiftly integrate new capabilities, suggesting an extremely sophisticated underlying architecture. It's a testament to their vision of where AI is heading, and it's happening now.
And here's the kicker. All of this complexity is hidden from the user. Despite having 9 different AI models and 80+ integrated tools working behind the scenes, the interface remains simple. Describe what you want, and it happens. This is the holy grail of user experience design: maximum power with minimum complexity. But the technical architecture that makes this possible is where the real innovation lies. Now, we need to address the elephant in the room, because Genspark's powerful capabilities come with serious challenges and concerns. First, let's talk about accuracy. When Genspark was focused on Spark pages, they faced criticism about content sourcing and potential hallucinations. AI-generated content can be very convincing, even when it's factually incorrect. This problem becomes exponentially more serious when we're talking about AI that can take actions in the real world. A hallucination in a research report is one thing. You can fact-check it. But what happens when an AI makes an incorrect phone call or provides wrong information during a live customer service conversation? Then there are the ethical considerations that keep me up at night. When Genspark's AI makes a phone call, is the person on the other end informed they're speaking with an AI? What are the consent and transparency requirements? Different jurisdictions have different rules about AI disclosure, and this technology is advancing faster than regulation can keep up. There's also the employment question we can't ignore. If AI can handle phone calls, create presentations, conduct research, and generate content, what happens to the millions of people who currently do these jobs? The future of human-AI collaboration. So where does all this lead? What does the future look like when AI agents like Genspark's super agent become commonplace? I think Genspark represents a crucial inflection point in AI development. We're transitioning from AI as a tool that requires constant human direction to AI as an autonomous agent working toward human-defined goals. The implications are staggering.
For businesses, this could mean dramatic productivity improvements. Tasks that currently consume human time and attention could be automated, freeing people to focus on higher-level strategy and creative problem-solving. For individuals, this could mean liberation from the mundane tasks that consume our daily lives. No more waiting on hold, no more struggling with document formatting, no more starting research projects from scratch. But this future also requires us to grapple with profound questions about human agency, employment, and the distribution of benefits. Genspark has built something genuinely impressive. Their technical architecture is sophisticated, their execution has been rapid, and their vision is ambitious. The $100 million in funding and 2+ million users suggest the market is ready for agentic AI. Whether they can navigate the challenges ahead, technical, ethical, and economic, will determine whether they become a transformative force or a cautionary tale about moving too fast. My advice? If you're curious about AI agents, Genspark is worth exploring. Test their capabilities, but think critically about the outputs. We're witnessing the birth of artificial agents that can take action in the real world. Whether that's the future we want depends on the choices we make today. That's our deep dive into Genspark AI, a company that's redefining what it means to have an AI assistant. Next week, we're exploring the latest breakthroughs in AI reasoning and why some researchers think we're approaching artificial general intelligence faster than anyone predicted. Subscribe, share, and keep questioning the future. I'm George, and this has been AI Horizons. Thank you for listening.